So you want to start wearing jewellery? Well, in my opinion, you've made a great choice because wearing jewellery can really help elevate your look. But choosing the right jewellery for you can be quite tricky, and wearing it might be a little bit out your comfort zone. I know it was for me when I first started wearing it, but once you get more comfortable with it, it just becomes part of your style. In today's video, I'm going to talk about what to look for when it comes to jewellery, how much to wear, how to style it, and also some brand recommendations. This is just a guide, it's not a strict set of rules that you have to follow, and I'll try and cover everything whilst keeping everything easy to understand. Now, just on a side note, I'm no hand model, I do bite my nails, and we recently got a kitten, and he likes to use my hands as a scratching post, so my hands are not in the best condition. But don't worry what your hands look like, just get that jewellery on. I'll leave links to everything that I talk about in the description below, so if you like anything, check out the description box. And now that's all out the way, let's get into the video. So the first step is to choose the colour of jewellery that you want to wear, or the colour of jewellery that's going to suit you best. What I'd recommend that you do when choosing what colour to wear is to look at your skin tone. So if your veins are green, you've probably got a warmer skin tone. If your veins are blue, then you've got a cooler skin tone. And if you can't tell what colour your veins are, then you've probably got a neutral skin tone, which means you can get away with wearing either silver or gold. But saying that, if you really want to wear gold but you've got a cooler skin tone, then just wear gold. Wear what makes you happy. Also, if you want to wear both gold and silver, then it's not as frowned upon these days, and a lot of people are doing it well. Personally, for me, I've got a cooler skin tone. I like silver better on me, so I just wear silver. I like to keep things uniform. When it comes to materials, I would recommend that you go for something in sterling silver or gold, because you're not going to get any discoloration on your hands that way. Metals like copper and nickel can sometimes leave your fingers looking green, and it's not a great look. If you can't afford sterling silver or gold, then I go for stainless steel, because stainless steel won't turn your fingers green either. Okay, so now you know what colour you're going to go for and the material you're going to go for. But what type of jewellery should you wear? Well, the main types of jewellery that people wear are rings, bracelets or watches, necklaces or earrings. But just because you've got all those options doesn't mean you have to wear all those options. Pick your favourites and leave the rest. For example, I don't currently wear watches. I'm just not as into them as I used to be these days, so I don't wear them. That's not to say that I'll never wear a watch ever again, but at the moment I'm enjoying wearing other pieces instead. For some reason, a lot of people seem to think that you have to wear a watch to be stylish, but you really don't. If you don't like wearing a watch, you don't have to wear a watch. If you love watches, by all means wear a watch. Now we're going to move on to the style of jewellery. Do you prefer a more clean and simple look, or do you prefer a more rocker and grungy look? If you like to keep things clean and simple, then choose jewellery that's clean and simple. A simple signet style ring always looks good in my opinion, and a simple chain necklace, or a simple pendant necklace. If you want something that's even more simple, then why not try out a banded ring? If you choose a banded ring, then I go for something that's rounded rather than flat. I think the rounded rings look a lot more sleek. I'm not a huge fan of the flat banded rings. And if you want something that's a bit more edgy, then choose something with skulls on it or a rose. Those are very popular options. You also don't have to choose one type of jewellery or another type of jewellery. You can just as easily mix things up. And I like to do this myself. A mixture of different types of jewellery can work really well in my opinion, because sometimes when you've got quite a lot of statement pieces, they don't really stand out as much anymore. It can look a bit too much. But if you've got some statement pieces with a few more simple pieces, it can look really good. I'll give you a load of different brands to look at later on in this video, and there's going to be something for everyone in those brands. Okay, so you've chosen the stuff you like, but how are you going to style it? When you first start wearing jewellery, you can feel a little bit self-conscious. So my advice to you when you're first starting out is to keep things simple and keep things a bit more on the minimal side. It can take a while for you to adjust to wearing new things, so don't worry if it doesn't feel like you straight away. You'll get used to it. And when you get more comfortable with wearing it, you can start to experiment a bit more and maybe wear a bit more as well, depending on the look you're trying to give off. So firstly, when it comes to necklaces, I do tend to wear mine tucked in when I'm wearing a t-shirt or a jumper, but if I'm wearing a vest, then I'll have it hanging out. If you just joined the video, hopefully that won't be taken out of context. But I like it when you can see that you're wearing a necklace, you can see the chain just poking out the top of your t-shirt, but I don't really like the look of the chain hanging out my t-shirt anymore. I used to do it, but not so much these days. When it comes to the wrists, I don't really wear that much on my wrists. If I do, it may be just a single cuff on one of my arms. But where I do like to wear quite a lot of my jewellery at the moment is on my fingers. I'm really enjoying wearing rings at the moment. In my opinion, rings is where it can get quite tricky. How many do you wear, and which fingers do you wear them on? Well, in the UK, we wear our wedding rings on our left hand on the finger next to your little finger. So unless you're married, you're probably not going to wear anything on that finger. I also don't wear thumb rings. I just don't really like the look they give off. If you want to wear them, go for it, but they're just not really my thing. But other than that, I like to wear rings on any of the other fingers. For smarter events or for smarter looks, then I always go for the less is more approach. Yes, jewellery can help elevate your look, but too much can actually dress down a smarter look in my opinion. So a single ring and a nice cuff or a watch is going to complement a smarter look really well. This may be also the best approach for some of you who don't want to stand out so much. You want to keep things very simple, very minimal, but you just want to have some tiny accents that help complement your outfit. But on the other hand, there's some people who like to express themselves through wearing a lot of jewellery, and if you do it well, it can look great. People with more of a rock aesthetic, for example, I think they look good when wearing a lot of jewellery. But be careful to not go too overboard, because there can be a fine line with getting things just right and wearing too much. But if in doubt, as I always say on the channel, keep things simple. You can gradually add more and more pieces as you become more confident. For me, I like to do things a bit differently. Because I like to keep things quite simple with my clothing, I do like to use accessories to help elevate my look. For my daily outfits, a single ring and a cuff is just going to be too basic for me. I want to make my outfits pop, but because my clothing is quite simple, then I need to rely on jewellery to do this. But as I said, if I'm going for a smarter look, then it'll be less jewellery. If I'm going for a more casual look, then it's going to be more jewellery. So where do I recommend that you buy your jewellery from? So on the more affordable end, we've got ASOS, and what I'd recommend looking out for on ASOS is sterling silver. I don't think they've got any gold on ASOS, so I'm sorry if you wear gold. But if you do wear silver, then ASOS has some good affordable options. Also check out Etsy and eBay. There's some really good affordable options there too. Next, we've got a brand that I can't recommend enough. What you get for the price is absolutely amazing in my opinion, and it's Serge Denim. A lot of my jewellery is from there. I think they've got something for everyone, and the quality is great, so they're definitely one to check out. And for the minimalists out there, check out Le Gram and Myansai. I think that's how you pronounce Myansai. Both brands do very simple, clean looking pieces. I think Myansai are a bit more affordable than Le Gram, but both brands aren't ridiculously priced. They are a bit more expensive, but they're not ridiculous. Next on the list, we've got my absolute favourite brand when it comes to jewellery, and that is Tom Wood. I love the look and the style of their pieces, and I do believe they've got something for everyone, no matter what style you're into. The quality is beautiful. I just really like the way it looks, and I wish I could have more. But it's very expensive. For something a little bit different but very nice looking, check out Seb Brown. I really love the pieces from Seb Brown. They're quite colourful, but they're very easy to wear. And if you want to wear jewellery like Harry Styles, then check out the brand Eliu. I think that's how you pronounce it, but I'm probably wrong. He does like to wear a lot of other brands, but I believe he does get quite a lot of pieces from here. And it's not overpriced either. And for the rockers out there, or for people who like to wear a lot of skulls or roses or snakes, then check out the Great Frog. Now there's loads of other brands to check out, but those are my top recommendations. But that is all I've got time for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please do leave the video a like. If you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching everyone. See ya!